My main go-to cookie? Oh my gosh, I thought you would never ask. I mean, the pinoli cookie is like Italian-American. I'm also making peanut butter blossoms, you know, like that chewy peanut butter. I love like a rainbow sprinkle, put a rainbow sprinkle on my gravestone. Called a cuccidati, which is like a fig-filled. Like, I used to make this for my grandmother and she would cry every time I made them. I have like so many holiday cookie recipes in my purse, you know. Hi, I'm Dan Pelosi. I'm a recipe developer, cookbook author, and this is my first time developing a cookie for Cookie Week with the New York Times. I'm really excited because today we're making my dark and stormy cookie, which is inspired by the famous dark and stormy cocktail. It's really delicious. I'm not a huge drinker, but if I do order a cocktail, it's typically the dark and stormy. This is a classic ginger cookie. It's thick, it's chewy, but much like ginger beer, it has a little bit of spiciness in the cookie itself. Plus, we're infusing the sweetness of dark rum both in the cookie and in the icing. And the icing also has plenty of nice lime juice in it, and we'll top it all off with lime zest. It's so delicious. Holiday cookies are at the heart of like everything I do. I grew up in an Italian-American household. We start baking our holiday cookies right after Thanksgiving. We fill our tins, we keep them going all the way through January. Maria's bringing cookies to the other Maria's house. It's like the most incredible Italian-American cookie experience. And I feel like I get to bring that to people through the work that I do, which makes me really excited. I'm so excited about this cookie and I cannot wait to show you how to make it. First thing we're gonna do, which might be my favorite part of the recipe, is we're gonna take some crystallized ginger, which makes a delicious snack on its own, but we're gonna chop it up pretty finely. You want kind of small pieces in here. These are gonna end up going into the cookie at the end and be these nice little chewy, gooey surprises. I have found crystallized ginger in the most magical places, like the supermarket. It's never where you want it to be, but it's always there. As I was developing this cookie, I was trying to figure out how to get as much of that sort of combo of rum and ginger, that sort of spicy ginger flavor into the cookie. And so I decided that taking some dark rum and infusing crystallized ginger by way of heating it up in the microwave was the way to go. You kind of want to see some steam and some boiling, a little drama. The heating up the crystallized ginger allows it to absorb all of the rum and really brings that flavor into it. And then when you bake that into the cookie, it really adds that extra level. So this is really warm. It's nice and steamy, giving it a nice stir, pulling some of that liquid up. And then we're just gonna recover this and let it sit for the time that it takes to do the rest of the recipe. So there probably won't be very much liquid left. All right, girl, do your thing. While our ginger is marinating in the rum, we're gonna just mix all of our dry ingredients together. The most important ingredient and the thing that makes this cookie spicy and very dark and stormy is the cayenne pepper. And you really taste it when you bite into this cookie. It's really exciting. So now we're gonna mix sort of our wet ingredients, some butter. This butter is nice and soft. We have two kinds of sugar, granulated, which we have a little bit of, and we have more dark brown sugar because ginger cookie. A very important ingredient, which is the unsulfured molasses. We are going to mix all of this with a nice, sturdy wooden spoon. Nana always bakes with a wooden spoon, something that's just gonna get you the kind of resistance that you want. And we're just gonna stir all this by hand until it gets light and fluffy, which I know what you're thinking. Why aren't we using something electric to do this? I found that mixing by hand just makes a nice thick cookie. Can you see the sheen of sweat forming on my forehead? It's a workout. It sort of just starts to all come together, and you'll notice there's a little bit of a lighter color that comes. Yeah, this is the consistency you're looking for. It's lighter, it's brighter, it's all coming together, it's nice and thick. So now we're gonna incorporate one egg at a time, and this will just loosen up everything that we brought together. And then we're gonna add the flour in 3 little batches, just until it's incorporated. You don't wanna overmix. I think there's something really nice and really honest about mixing it all by hand. Why does my hand hurt so much? Sign of weakness. That's about combined. At this point, I'm gonna throw in our magic ingredient, which is that boozy little bowl of crystallized ginger. You just don't want any excess liquid getting into the dough because it'll just kind of mess with the consistency. Gorgeous. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. We're looking pretty good. So we have our dough that is totally ready to be formed into balls. We're gonna use a 2 tablespoon scoop, or you can just use 2 tablespoons, and we are gonna roll those into a plate of granulated sugar, and then we're gonna probably get around 24. Let's see how we do. So I do like a nice even 2 tablespoon scoop, toss them into my hand, and then I'm gonna roll them around in here. When I plop them on the tray, I like to give them a little pat just to sort of say, good luck, you got this, but also just to flatten them a little bit to help them shape as they bake. We've got 24 gorgeous little balls of dark and stormy ginger cookie dough. I'm gonna do 8 cookies per sheet. You want them to be at least 1 inch apart. They will spread a bit, but not too much. And these are gonna bake for about 12 minutes at 350. I think they're ready. Woo! Look at those crackly, gorgeous girls. Gorgeous. They smell so good. We're gonna let those cool a bit, transfer them, and we're gonna make some icing. This icing is so delicious, just the most perfect finish for the top of these cookies. We're just simply gonna pour the lime juice and the rum in here with a big pinch of salt. This is one of those things because you're not gonna bake it. If you make it and you want to adjust the flavor a little bit, put a little bit more booze or less booze, by all means, go for it. You do want it to be kind of thick though, because it will drip a little bit and you don't want to lose all the icing. So this is a really good consistency, like a nice thick ribbon, but that is just so pretty. Now, in order to ice the cookie, we're gonna take these crackly little beauties and we're just gonna dip them face first into the icing, toss it over, and that will just like spread nicely. I'm just gonna do a couple and then I'm gonna zest because you don't want the icing to dry before the zest sticks. It looks kind of like an old school ginger snap cookie. Gorgeous. A little bit of lime zest. Oh, so pretty. And it also just gives a little hit of color. It's like nature's sprinkles. So pretty. Let's keep rolling. I always love holiday cookies because they're perfect for inviting people into the kitchen with you to sort of make a mess and get creative. It just makes holiday baking that much more fun. Put those guests to work. When do we get to eat these? Anyone? Who gets to give me the thumbs up? I'm ready. I'm so excited. They're ready. I've got the most beautiful plate of 3, which is sort of just to get my stomach started. They've got like the perfect amount of cracks on the top, the way that the icing just really like highlights that, and then they've got the perfect texture on the inside. Oh, I'm so excited. I gotta take a bite. There's the little kick, that little bit of spice. You can eat as many of these as you want. Unlike a cocktail, you can just keep going, going, and going with no repercussions. What I love about these as well is you can make the dough ahead of time. You can bake these a few days ahead. They're only gonna get better. They're not a fussy cookie. I'm so excited about all of the Cookie Week cookie recipes. Not only mine, but there's so many other delicious recipes for you to make, and they're all on nytcooking.com. I hope that you make them, I hope that you love them, and I hope that you share them with someone you love. No way! Oh my God, I was writing about this in my dream journal, and here it is. Thank you. They're all here? No, oh my gosh. Look at this. These are perfect. I'm so happy to be part of this little cookie family. You better cut because this is gonna get messy.